Just coming off the weekend that you had, I mean, you were able to secure the Big Ten Player of the Week. Just what does an honor like that mean to you, and how do you feel, you did this past weekend in terms of just helping out the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to represent the team like that, to get that honors. It's nice. It feels good. The most important thing to me was just being able to come through when it matters for the team.
You kind of had a, I don't want to say slow start to the year, but, compared to last year, it feels like you've gone out to a much better start. I mean, what's just been kind of the difference from last season to this season? I mean, especially these past 2 weekends, what's felt different up the plate?
Yeah, I mean, going from last year to this year, I would just say being a year older, just the experience, not being like a scared little freshman. Just from the past 2 weekends, just staying process-driven.
As someone who's kind of made that jump this year, and it seems like every week this year we've seen one of your teammates picking up national or conference accolades. What's it been like to be on a team where it feels like every Monday you're seeing somebody pick up something else and you're just the next in line to do so?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think everyone on the team just wants to see other people succeed. So just like every week is someone new, and it's awesome, and it just makes us better also. Just seeing them, and then they're pushing me, and then hopefully I'm pushing them, just that kind of stuff.
The weather has been weathering. What's sort of that process like for you guys when you're, playing a game, then it gets paused, you get postponed? How do you sort of keep your mindset when you're dealing with that, when you're literally stopped in the middle of a game?
Yeah, I mean, we deal with the weather here during practice, and we've had some games like that. So just being able to stay focused on what our goal is, coming back off of like a delay and starting fast again, and just that kind of stuff.
What does it mean to be able to, go through that and still get those wins? Obviously, you dropped the last one, but still be able to win that series.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Starting the Big Ten with the series win is great for us. Obviously, we wanted the sweep, but just to be able to do that's a good start.
First Big Ten Conference series here in the Jane. What is it going to be like, or what are you expecting out of this weekend?
I'm hoping it's just as exciting as the home openers were. Hopefully, we'll get a good crowd here, and it'll be great to just show the Big Ten what Jane Sanders is like.
What do you know about this Illinois team so far?
We haven't started anything, so we're going to start that today. So I'm looking forward to see what that's going to be.
For, sort of a self-scout, what do you feel like you guys need to do to get the win this weekend?
Yeah, we need to do what we've been trying to do all this whole season, and start fast, which we did last weekend, stay fast, which we also did, but it's that finish fast piece that we're going to look for this weekend.
As someone that was a freshman last year and had some success as well, but how impressed have you been with performances like from Riley, like from Emma before she got hurt, like from Stephanie? I mean, what just stood out to you about how seamlessly they've seemed to transition to college ball?
Yeah, it's impressive. Like I said earlier, like I was a scared little freshman. I don't see that with them at all. They've came in, they've done a great job. They've stepped up when it matters, and I don't see them playing like a freshman or anything like that.
3 losses through 30-plus games so far this year. Going back to before the season, looking ahead to now, expectations kind of met, exceeded. How pleased are you guys with the performance so far through the first third to half of the season?
Yeah, we're happy with how we're doing. Of course, we wouldn't want to drop some of those games, but it happens. It's the sport that we play. We're just going to look to stay consistent and then build off of that.
Does the mindset change at all when you guys go from playing these 1 games against top teams to now 3-game sets?
Yeah, I mean, we always like to think of it one game at a time, but we're going to take what we learned from the first game into the second game, into the third game.
Is there an area you feel like, I mean, you might have just touched on it a little bit, but is there an area you feel like the team needs to work on the most right now?
I mean, a thing that we like to think of is all 3 of our cylinders, pitching, hitting, and defense being on. So every day that we play, like we want all 3 of those. There's maybe some days our pitching isn't on, it's our hitting, and we just have to have each other's back. So we're just going to look for all 3 of those cylinders being on.
You had that first conference series, even though it was against Washington, which is, you guys have played them before, but does it feel any different now? Obviously, being in the Big Ten Conference, obviously you haven't had that, long road trip yet, but Does it feel any different?
Right now, no, but maybe after our next week to New Jersey, it might feel a little different.
Anything else for Katie?
I asked Coach, what the feeling is like during a rain delay, if there's a sense of anxious or, kind of relate back as a player or even as a team too. What do you guys kind of do in the dugout to pass the time?
We're all close, we're dancing, we're having fun. It's just we're just having fun.
Were you able to, or have you had any conversation with any other athletes who've, already sort of experienced the travel in the Big Ten Conference?
I haven't, but I do know that we did travel last year. It's just a little bit longer, so I'm sure it won't affect us too much.